Okay, so I've got my sexy new pants on, so let's inspect the body and get them instantly dirty, eh? Then again, they were in a boy's
The
jacket.
rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. The belt is still around his neck. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
Ooh.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Okay, first, what exactly is a field autopsy? What are you expecting me to be doing?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Kim, how many times do I have to tell you that I can't remember a lot?
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Encyclopedia, you failed me for the first time? Why don't you know? What good are you?
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Well, who's the Copperpedia? I feel like I need to talk to him.
You, sir, you are the Copperpedia.
Okay, let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
What do you mean?
I mean when I need you to. Until then, I should handle
Oh,
physical contact,
excellent.
and you should take notes.
Yeah, we just need to fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
Okay, I worked it out pretty quickly then.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol.
Okay, so open the ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
Okay, so begin. Okay, number 1, I am the assistant.
That's you.
Yes. Oh, I hate writing that down, it hurts. Harry the boy.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
Coroner's case number.
KK57 dash 0803 dot 0815.
Okay, write that down.
Next,
Name.
we've heard the nom de guerre, Lely. It's better than nothing. Write
Okay,
it down.
write that down.
What's next? Date of birth?
Yes, date of birth.
NA.
Age.
Roughly 50.
dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I feel like Kim's the more logical of us, so I'm going to write 50. Sorry, visual calculus.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook.
Okay, race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Well, I'll write it down nevertheless.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Okay, so sex.
Fucky, fucky!
The little monster exclaims energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Okay. Male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Right, date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Okay, write down March the 4th, 51.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK57 0503 0815 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck.
Calm
Only
down.
one box remains.
Okay, number 11. Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
Okay, so what exactly is treatment anyway?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
How did you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Didn't the footprints look like he was carried over? I don't want to agree with him all the time. And this isn't just, I completely disagree with you. It's, maybe.
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbat puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed.
Okay.
Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
That's both macabre and kind of an interesting way to describe that.
We should start the post-mortem.
Okay. Turn the page.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copy paper tries to answer why.
Okay. So, number 1, external examination summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. That's gonna get a rise out of the kids.
See?
Yep.
It's happening?
Yep.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
Okay, I'm glad I did not try and fail and make an embarrassment of myself trying to pull those boots off. Write it down.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. What are you doing?
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a triggered mini.
Why did you have to say that I had it? What if by the time somebody reads this report, I've passed it on to somebody else?
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
And I also like that he believes us when we said that it's for airlifting cargo. And he said that. Aw.
Well nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Why do I need to touch the hair before moving on? I will write it down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stone thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Write down, but I meant for high velocity. No, Kuno wouldn't know.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
Still wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
Can we use the chain cutter?
You've got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Good thing we've got these chain cutters. Pull them out.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
Let's look for... I like how I'm his pig now. Oh, it's a red check, so we will look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
92%. Fuck yeah. Cut that belt the fuck off.
After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow.
Press down.
Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
So that's definitely where blood pooled then, isn't it?
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck.
The lieutenant has kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Okay, calm yourself.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants. Be prepared.
No, it's gonna happen, see.
I fucking knew it!
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspect the genitals myself? No thank you, I will trust Kim on that. Write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
He struggles to turn the corpse on his side.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Yeah, this scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's supposed to be.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Write it down.
Last item. Hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. He said that I shouldn't touch it, though. I'd love to help him, but let the lieutenant work alone.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think.
Okay, maybe I should have helped him with that then. Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
Nope.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
He says after a while.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper? I'm not actually going to throw up in his mouth, am I?
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking.
I like how... When did I get more health?
Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why, don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
No, I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
Then I'll write not applicable.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if it was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Okay. Right, not applicable and add toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground and the... Yep.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's lower... bloke to the lower abdomen briefly. Yeah, write it down. Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries. Summary.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Okay, so bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
What, the bites? Non-fatal post-mortem?
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write that down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Okay, so non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next?
Okay, first, what's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Okay, so ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Okay, so I feel like that is the fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
He produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket, a body bag. Okay, so how do you think the field autopsy went? I don't think we got quite as much information than we hoped for.
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
So what now then?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Okay, well I'll rip out a copy of the autopsy pages. How are you going to do that with the bridge down?
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Okay, so let's see if he's got anything else to tell us.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Yeah, at the autopsy you said you had ancient mysteries.
Oh yes, Kobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried.
Yeah, but to where, brother?
Just a small gulp away. My beloved Kobo. A small gulp away.
Okay.
Come back later, Kobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also see me in your dreams.
Creepy as fuck. Let's see if we can search the body one more time. I doubt it.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Alright, look in his pants again.
He pulled down his breeches. Marbling is present around the crotch. The penis has shrunk, crawling halfway back inside him. There is nothing mysterious or noteworthy here.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Yeah, I've got a gut feeling that there's more to this corpse.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, but where do we find a fridge for the body? Oh, we could put him in the bear fridge.
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Yeah. So that's what the ice bear shaped refrigerator was for. Why, yes. Yes, there was.
Now, detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over.
Okay.
Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Let's do it then. So we leveled up again. Got another point, and yep, we've got to do that with Kuno. Send the victim's body and fridge the victim's body.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
So what do you think of the fridge, Kim? It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
But the optics on this are awful, he thinks. We need to be as silent as we can. Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
Alright, thank you for letting me take the feet.
The 2 of you, easily.
Let's do this then.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier. It takes half an hour to get it down to the bedside, then 10 more minutes to stuff it into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
He says, wiping his hands in his handkerchief.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
Yes, we need to celebrate by performing pagan rites. Let's bring out the mead and set it on fire.
I knew you would say that. I knew this would lead to drinking. No, no more. This is paganistic enough, and it does not lead to drinking.
Okay. Okay.
He means it. He doesn't want to be the ice bear cop.
Yeah, we did our best with the means at our disposal.
Did we though? Okay, maybe we did. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Close the door. Okay. So we've brought the body down. We've done the autopsy. We've put him in the fridge. Let's face those Hardy boys. Oh, excellent. You're all still here. I was worried you'd head home by this time at night. So, do I talk to... Let's talk to him.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. Okay. Yeah, me and Everard talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
That is right, Titus.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Okay. Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp? I've just spent half an hour dragging your fucking corpse into a goddamn ice bear fridge.
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
Oh, he turns his eyes full of hurt to the big man.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
Okay. So, I want to talk about the hanging again.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
About fucking time.
Okay, so guess what? I've connected you to the local drug trade. There wasn't anything there new that I wanted to say. I'm just seeing if there's something new before I attempt to establish my authority.
Like hell you have. There is no local drug trade. This place is as clean as a rifle. Go back to Jamrock and ask the local junkies how clean your streets are in Precinct 41 Kilos.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good
We'll do
burn.
that. In the meantime, did you know that there's an abandoned lorry at the intersection that was used to move raw ingredients for drugs from Terminal B to Jamrock? The person driving it was present at the hanging. It was one of you. We've connected the footprints. Detective, do you want to deliver the coup de grâce?
No, the thunder is his. Leave it to the lieutenant.
No, you do the honors. You've earned it.
Thank you. You're right, Titus. There is no local drug trade.
Oh.
Because it's all controlled by you. You're the drug trade.
Okay, I'm glad that were we on the same page? I didn't even read what my version of it was. I was just like, Kim can do it. Go for it, Kim.
That's a mighty interesting theory. I guess that's what you would need to do, theoretically. A big, strong, state-run monopoly would outcompete the runts on the street.
Yeah, man. Theoretically, that's what you would do. To get rid of the gangs, the dealers, even some of the junkies.
You would need good, trustworthy people to take their place, of course. Hardy men to run such a monopoly. For the good of the community, of course.
Yeah, I don't know whether he'd be that disgusted because he does like drugs and it's only been like day 2 of sober, drug-free me. So keep telling yourself that. I know for a fact there's plenty of drugs out there.
No, there aren't. Some little shit and his dad are doing speed. Who fucking who? Stuff's probably from Jamrock.
Hey, don't talk about Kuno like that. Don't call him a little shit.
Whatever you've seen is peanuts. Look at the big picture, man. The place is a paradise. And all thanks to Hardy Boys.
Theoretically, of course. We're just talking politics here. My answer to your drug accusation is, how dare you? Go fuck yourself.
Not quite yet, Mr. Hardy. There were 8 sets of prints on the crime scene. There are only 7 Hardy Boys here.
Yeah, the 8th Hardy, the one who's missing. She runs the thing, right?
My answer is, fuck off. Mind your own business. There is no 8th Hardy. I run this goddamn scene.
You wish you do, you mean?
Finally, you got something out of him. This could prove useful in the future.
And here we go. Back to the usual.
The woman sighs.
I know. Fatty walked on all 4s. He's so fucking fat he left 2 sets of footprints.
Go fuck your mom, Dennis.
That's more like it, boys. You heard him. It was Angus on all 4s. Anything else you need to know?
Okay. Oh, we're getting higher and higher. I talked to Joyce, the merc you hanged. His friends are coming for you.
Yeah. By friends, you mean his squad mates from Cronell.
I do.
Wouldn't want to beat up his grandma.
Yeah, they're forming some kind of tribunal and they're definitely coming for you.
This is what happens if you take the law into your own hands. Other people start doing it too.
Let them come. The Hardy Boys are right fucking here.
Blondie yells across the cafeteria.
You heard the man. Right here. We're armed. We got the whole district behind us, and Glenn. Glenn is fucking crazy.
Yeah. A well-oiled murder machine.
He punches Blondie on the shoulder. How did you do that? He's over like here, and you're over here. He's the well-oiled murder machine. You're like daddy long arms. I was gonna say
Glenn is on
legs.
the rise. They're feeling confident, ready to punch out the whole Merc platoon.
Well, the mercenaries are armed with automatic weapons.
We got weapons of our own. We got Ister 50s, Zeelagers. Glenn's got a knock cannon at home.
And will they pierce cinematic armor?
I guess we're gonna see, aren't we?
Well, for your sake, I hope you're right.
Right about what? That a 50 caliber bullet goes through shit? Yeah, I am.
Look, this criminal is bad news. You know that, right?
So are the local gangs. The fucking Barmy Army and the Madre scum. You've been out there. Seen any around?
Yeah. Where are they now, huh? Sent back to Madre in an airtight cargo crate.
These people are trained military professionals, special forces, as you said. They are not a gang or a barmy army.
No, they're not. They're uncoordinated and drunk. We know more about them than you think.
Well, did you know that a single Ceres giant hornet can kill 40 bees in a minute?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
You're the bees, they're the hornet.
We're not bees. We're men.
Oh.
We're socialists.
Easy, E. He's trying to phase you. What are you trying to do? Scare my men?
Of course I'm trying to scare your men. Let's try and scare him again. Joyce says that the men have gone rogue. Nobody's controlling them.
Big fucking surprise. They hire psycho scum, arm them to the teeth, and let them loose in the city. What do you think is gonna happen?
Well, okay.
What do you mean, okay?
I mean, okay, they're gonna wipe you the fuck out, Titus.
No, they won't. Get out of here with your negative energy.
He really doesn't like you ruffling their feathers like that on what might be the eve of battle.
That's what I was trying to do, Authority. I need to build you up. You're only at 28%.
All he means is that the situation is serious.
No wonder you cops get shot to shit every day. Can't go to war with an attitude like that.
Okay, 58%. It's a white check, so I could retry it. I confronted him about the drug trade. I asked Everett to make them cooperate. I discussed the 8th Hardy, and I warned them about the tribunal, even though I was weak when I first met them. So, 58. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need a 10 or more. Do I? I don't know. Let's see. No, I don't. I don't need a 10. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Authority is a +4, so it's a 10. 9. So I need a 5 or more?
As you look around this room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before?
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
Oh, well then, if I am the expert, how long has it been that I've been in Precinct 41? 18 years? Although, not necessarily all of them were at Precinct 41. But, you know, I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Huh?
You must be. You're just like real cops. drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hands.
You got a problem with beer now?
I have no problem with. I have a problem with beer.
Not quite there yet. Push on.
Okay, no, I'm not drunk on the job. I just don't give a shit. Oh, let's go with the third one because I said pretty much the same thing. So I have a beer problem, but not with a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job, just like you.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before it started. It was like jam rock now.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffito removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
He picks the beer back up.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick. Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
Yeah, it's not about who did it. It's about the victim. She needs help.
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
Titus taps his chin with his fist.
What is her name?
The lieutenant takes out his notes.
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amon Ju with an O-U.
Oh, I remember her. She's the first person we met, right? Outside of the horrific necktie.
Shit. The girl. The girl upstairs? That can't be her. She knows you drank so hard you forgot you were a cop.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, it's her! It's definitely her! It's Miss Oranje, disco dancer!
Oh. Yeah, Miss. Yeah, let's try and keep her cool. Okay, cool.
You inexplicably add cool after the victim's name, with your eyes bulging like some wild beast. Your fingers are fidgeting and sweat starts forming on your brow as Titus looks at you oddly.
Well, look at it this way. We did not hit on her. I distinctly remember there was a choice to, suggest her way. So at least we didn't do that.
I don't understand what's so cool here.
Nothing. We just have a few more questions. Then we'll be on our way.
Whatever you do not tell him you know her. That would sound off.
Yeah, so what was her relationship with the mercenary? Did they know each other before the attack happened?
Relationship? There
No,
was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Something is off here. His anger is possessive.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
And when did this happen?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again. So what does it matter?
He crushes his half-empty beer can. I just want to know whether it happened that day or not.
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
Yeah, so what's your relationship with her then?
I know her.
He looked around and an uncommon silence filled the room.
How well do you know her?
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
He crosses his arms.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
So she's not from around here then?
You mean Revachol? Nah, she's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all. Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
Yeah, let's keep picking at it. You said you partied? Cool, that's cool, but what did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Laugh nervously. Sex, drugs, and karaoke, right?
Yes, and no. Got something to say about it?
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
It feels like you wanted something more out of the relationship.
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now.
Okay, thank you. We'll talk to her.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
He points his beer can at you. Alright, I'm going. Okay. Oh, Kim wants to talk. This is what I studied law for. Let's go into here. Away from those guys. What's this say? Just talk to her? We'll probably do that tomorrow. It's a bit early. A bit too early. What's that for? Okay. What do you want to say, Kim?
Officer, what was that?
You mean the sweating and the fidgeting when he mentioned her name?
Yes.
And the sort of quivering jello thing with the eye?
Yes.
I think I know her.
The victim? Is there something I should know before we talk to her?
I met her in the hallway after I woke up.
Understood. You were not in good shape on Monday.
Yeah, she knows I didn't remember being a cop.
Okay, that's manageable.
She knows I did some pretty crazy stuff before I passed out, and that I partied hard and was not very mentally healthy.
So she overheard you? Or did you party together?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
So this is what it feels like to be interviewed.
Not very fun.
You'll get through it, you slippery fuck! Blast some insano at him! Throw him off!
No. She overheard me listening to music and doing weird things from her room. It's the one next to yours.
Anything else?
Yeah, I asked her where we were, what city this is, maybe even what year, something like that.
That's clearly your interrogation technique. Anything else?
No. Nothing else. Let's move on.
We'll be alright, officer. This is nothing.
You feel fortified by his assurance. It's going to be alright.
Aww. But anyway, it is 7 minutes past 9, and I believe... sorry. Yep, but is it 9 o'clock for the smoker as well? Yep. But we will talk to Gart first and pay for our room. Hey, Gart.
Can I help you?
Yes, about my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Yes. 20 real for the night.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real.
I don't like that. Wait, is that really... Okay. But it says as long as you don't have a free place to stay, that implies that I might eventually get a free place to stay. Okay, right. So, goodbye. Those shoes come in 3 different sizes. Thanks. Are there any bottles here? I think we looked. Is that a bottle? Sorry. No, I guess not. We could talk to Kuno's father here, but as it involves drugs, I feel like we should wait until he goes to sleep. What's this one? Is that it? Door number 9. Okay, so let's go talk to that guy. Hey, guy.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
Yes, well, we got your hint, found the key right under that stone.
Beautiful.
He replies, smiling. As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Oh, honestly, I'm trying just not to screw things up.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts a shadow on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
It does feel like the end of the week. It's so magical. The white falling against the black.
Yeah, very well. I'd be willing. I want to talk to him. But first I want to talk to you. I have some questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Where do you need to run?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
He gestures idly towards distant motorways. Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
I'm not flirting, you're flirting.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
The smoke reassures you, brushing his hand through his hair.
Take care, alright?
He says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night. Yeah, there's something so different about him that I just can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
Yeah, he's just... There's something so mysterious about the way he talks and moves.
Something so mysterious about the way he talks.
The lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. Very mysterious.
Very.
I feel like me and Kim are just in on the joke that Harry does not get.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
He nods at the apartment door before you. I do remember. What's this?
Aces high.
Ah, yes.
For the rest of the world, the Aces High is just a cool Revachol thing, politically neutral. In Revachol, it still holds revolutionary connotations. Also, have you looked at Lieutenant Kitsuragi's clothes? He wears a bomber jacket, just like the ones worn by aerostatic brigades, and those cargo pants could store tools for hotfixing your aerostatic. Maybe you should ask him about this.
Maybe. So +1 empathy towards Kim Kitsuragi, and +1 Esprit de Corps, the roots of the RCM. Okay. Interesting. Let us have a look at this. Yep, we talked to the guy, so let's talk to his friend. A quarterly business magazine, huh? Oh, not what I was expecting. Maybe a little bit. An old photo of the same apartment, dated year 01. Governmental issues take me all over Revachol, you see. Let's talk to him first, I guess. What's over here? An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. Buckets of paint and a layer of old magazine. You know what? Fuck it. Let's explore this place first. Oh my god. Oh my god. I kind of love it. I know what I'm going to wear tonight after the lieutenant goes to bed. Okay. What's under the bed then? A hat. +1 logic. And dishes soaked up in a pot. An empty ashtray. And flyers for underground parties. What does the hat? Oh, the hat does not look as good. Let's use the one that helps us with encyclopedia. Hey, guy.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casual removes his cufflinks.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain.
Does that mean he's even higher than the command chain?
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Okay.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot.
No suggestion. If we want to get it off on the right foot, then we should do what he says, okay?
Yes. Make it clear you're the one setting the terms here.
Show him the hat. Show him the silk robe. Yeah, we can ask them about that, about him. We can ask him about that later if we get a chance. But hello, mister, let's get started.
Of course. Let me just say it has been an emotional week for me.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air comes in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
Mm-hmm. So, did you actually witness the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Is it because you did it? No, start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Well done, detective.
Thank you. How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
What, were any of them huge? Like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
And did any of them look like drummers?
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize that was your thing. Okay, what happened next?
I went back inside.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
The lieutenant flips through his notes. Well, she could have maybe not talked. Did you hear 8 distinct voices? Are you sure at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
Did you get a chance to look at any of their faces? What ethnicity they were? I know it was dark, but before you went inside?
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Areopagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent.
Okay, what happened next?
Well, that's the strangest part, officer. Nothing happened. It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
You're right, that does seem strange.
I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Okay, well, were all my questions. Thank you for your time.
Of course, anything I can do to assist the RCA.
So, what's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stability. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
So what is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't really tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment.
Right.
Which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Okay.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stability works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. 2 below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
Yeah, you're not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Sure, give me a leaflet.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Inter. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist. But oh, I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
Okay, so I've heard about this moral intern before. Do I want to know more?
It's the International Organization for Moralists, hence Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the Coalition.
Okay, so Kim would probably not be happy if I said that in front of this guy. So we're actually working for moral interns? I guess that doesn't seem too bad.
There are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
And you're a moralist. You said that earlier, didn't you?
But of course.
So why did you choose to be a moralist?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Lieutenant, are you a moralist? Let's not ask him about his political affiliations at the moment. So yeah, Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Revachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Revachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
He gives you an approving nod. It's like every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D, none of the above. Is that moralism?
Is this option D usually the most reasonable answer?
It's usually the most boring one.
Not boring, my friend. Responsible.
Yeah, I feel like it is a responsible choice. I'm just like, I don't want to get people angry with me. I should probably think about which political way I lean.
Moralism is all about compromise and achieving the achievable. It's pragmatic, realistic, and level-headed. An ideology for doers. Are you a doer, my friend? It looks to me like you are. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, tell me about Solarclef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized
Solarclef
that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS. Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Revachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes Revachol the darling, then?
Because a great percentage of Revachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
So what is this international community you were mentioning earlier?
La Communauté Internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the Coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
Okay, but the most important question is, what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here.
Well, that's very nice of you.
You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
Right, well, enough business. Let's talk about something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
I'm so embarrassed to be like this, but yeah, can you tell me about your friend?
My friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
So what's Kedra then?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
So what's this EPSIS thing that you keep talking about?
EPIS is a very special program developed by the Moral Intern to support certain Occidental nations. It began as a unified system of weights and measures, which proved to be a wild success. Nothing but kilograms and centimeters as far as the eye can see. It was such a wild success that we expanded it into an economic union for the processing of steel. Another success. And between you and me, the Moral Intern feels emboldened by this success. Emboldened to take EPIS to the next level.
Right, but like, what does it stand for?
Why, it stands for progress and stability, like the Moral Intern as a whole.
Sure, fine. What's this next level we're talking about?
A supranational political alliance. The United States of Occident.
Is it going to be like this place here?
You mean Revachol? No, it's going to have transparent democracy.
Yeah, is Revachol going to be part of EPIS?
It's one day going to be a candidate member of EPIS, sure.
Didn't you say candidate members never become real members?
No, candidate members do become members. Why do we even have the whole system in place if they don't? It just takes time. Time and evaluation. But we were talking about my friend here, not politics.
Yeah, how did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Insula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
You're describing how the coalition occupied Revachol.
One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
What? Dude, what are you talking about?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but...
Right.
But now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative.
Okay, okay. I feel like you didn't tell us anything. So I had something else in mind.
I'm all ears, officer.
And that is going to bed. I've got all I need.
A moment, officer.
Yeah, we won't tell anybody you were here.
Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
Yeah. I had other things to say, but you tire me out, dude. So thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done.
Of course. I'm glad I could help.
Ugh. Hey guys, thanks for watching me play. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing to my channel by pressing the button to the right. And if you fancy anything else, watching what I do, then click one of the videos to the left. Anyway, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.